for Fred to be able to die at home, it was about fulfilling his, it's about choice, I suppose. When we talked to him about what he wanted to do in terms of his death, it was definitely to be in his bed, in his room, surrounded by all his toys, his cat, his family, and everything that he was kind of familiar with. So that then led to us thinking, well, how could we actually make that happen? Because I wasn't really aware that you could die at home and do a lot of these things sort of yourself. And Rainbow's Hospice had a whole suite of things, particularly this sort of cuddle blanket that we needed, because you need to keep the body cold when after death. But it was really important for us as a family, helping us deal with that process of Fred from being alive to Fred being dead. It was a really important kind of transition that he was still there. So we still had although he was not alive, we still had that physical presence of him. We could still go in and sort of touch him, stroke him, speak to him, hold his hand, and we read him books one night. It was all part of a really important process, but it wasn't just that. It was also the Rainbow's nurses were around every day checking that the cuddle blanket was working okay. And they didn't just rush in and out, that they were here for quite extended periods of time, just sort of chatting with us. Indeed, when Fred died, it was 11:50 at night. They were here by 2 o'clock in the morning. They were round straight away in the middle of the night to help with that whole kind of process. And again, I think that was quite important, to that contact with people who were experienced in what death was, and how to interact with a kind of body. They were very, just the way they would want, they came, the first thing they asked, what's his name, what did Fred like to do, all these sorts of things. They were very incredibly caring and gentle in how they interacted with him after he'd passed. And that was, incredibly sort of reassuring, and sort of helping us on, as we came to terms with what had happened.